my office and saying, I heard it's going to change. Where did you hear it's going to change? I didn't hear it's going to change.
It may not change, but it's really not being enforced.
Well, in 2006 it will be. I got to tell you.
26.
I'm sorry, 2026 it will be.
All right. Thanks. YouTube just came up. Thank you.
There you go. We're on. Fantastic. Okay, sorry about that, everybody.
Okay.
There you go. You got the right
Thank you so
date.
much. Take care.
Thank you. Let's take one more before the break, VJ. Who do we got?
Sam in Tampa.
Hey, Sam. Hey, Sam.
He needs to turn his radio down.
Sam, turn your radio down, buddy.
I put him back on hold.
There you
Hopefully
go.
he hears us in 10 seconds.
Sam, you have to turn your radio down.
I had
Okay?
a news director one time at.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Okay, go right ahead. Sam, shut your radio.
She
or
was
we're going to
yelling
shut
at,
you.
She was yelling at an employee to turn his radio on.
That's funny. Yes. Sam,
I'm
you
like,
there?
do the math.
Yeah, he's still there. I put him back on hold.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. We got anybody else? Or we go to the break?
Let's go back to Sam and see if
All
he
right,
turned
Sam.
his radio down.
All right.
Sam, you there?
Thank you. Yes, I am.
Okay, buddy. How can we help?
My question is, right now we're doing the budgeting for the insurance premiums. We're going on the installments for our premiums. The board is on our expense due to cash flow concerns.
Right.
Our delinquencies are up. We're reviewing our insurance coverage
Right.
with our insurance agent.
Okay.
The umbrella liability policy we looked at, we're going to stop that temporarily,
Right.
the umbrella
Okay.
liability. What are other associations doing to pay this exorbitant premium is my question to the callers and your listeners.
Okay. So it's
I'll hang up for other callers to contribute their opinion, but we do have our flood insurance policy that will be coming due in March, April.
right.
We're probably going to have a special assessment unless things change.
Right.
So that's my concern. These insurance,
Right.
your program today is to the point.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
So
So what are
that's
other
my
condos
question
doing?
is. I don't have answers,
Yeah.
so I'm looking for some answers. We are looking to pay our regular liability on instead of we've always in the past, the last years and everything, we've always paid it in full.
Right.
We're not able to do that.
Understand.
So now we're going on an installment. The insurance company is Frontline, and we're able to pay installments on
Right.
that, give us a better cash flow. We do have a property management that's giving us some consultation.
Yeah. So
the other-
wait, hold on. Let me interrupt you for a second. You know what the problem with going with installments is? The problem with going in installments is you're paying interest on the installments. They're not doing you, a favor for nothing. So when you go with the installment plan, they're probably charging you somewhere between 8 and 10% interest. So you actually wind up paying more than if you would pay the premium in full. You got it? They're not doing you a favor, believe me, by letting you do the installments. You want to save money, right? You want to keep the money that you're spending low. Well, I got to tell you something. By going with the installment plan, right, you wind up costing the association more. So you ask, what associations are doing. They're getting nervous. That's what they're doing. And I got to tell you, with these new laws, it's just going to take years.
Yeah.
There's going to be a period of years
It's a transition.
where this transition is happening, and the condos are going to get used to it, and the chips are going to fall wherever they're going to fall.
The
Some
bill
people
has
may
come
not.
due.
The bill has come due. That's the 60-minute interview. But when you're saying you're doing it on the installment plan, I'm not necessarily in favor of it, because whatever your insurance bill is, and it's $200,000, let's say, and you trying to save the association money, well, if you're going to pay it over a year, right, they're going to give you, let's say, 10% increase on that. So you're going to wind up paying not $200, you're going to wind up paying $220. So now, did you save people money? No, you didn't. It would have been better to pass a special assessment for the $200 and get all that money up front instead of financing it. You're actually saving the people money that way. And you ask what the people are doing. Look how we started the show. What they're doing, they're trying to find out if they can go without insurance.
Right.
That's what they're trying to do because that's the big troublemaker. And I got to tell you, that is something that the state of Florida better tackle. That is a serious problem in the state. The rates are ridiculous. You know, you go own a home in New York, you know, the insurance is nothing.
Right.
It's like, from what I'm hearing, like, $1,000 a year rather than $10,000 down here. Of course, their taxes are less.
Right.
Their taxes are much more, I should say. But insurance rates everywhere else in the country is far, far less than
They
Florida.
wouldn't be able to make it if they had our insurance rates.
Yes. Yeah.
Plus the state taxes.
Of course. But you ask what we're doing, and then a lot of condos are, again, like we said, trying to find out if they can go without insurance at all. But think hard about whether or not you want to do an installment plan, because you're going to wind up costing everybody a lot more money. Let's do this. Let's take our bottom of the hour break. Taking your calls, 877-850-8585, or drop us a question or comment on the YouTube channel, on the Kind of Crazy and HOH channel on YouTube. We'll be back.
The future of fiber is here. QXC Communications is a fiber network engineering firm based in Boca Raton. We build fiber networks that deliver high-speed internet, Wi-Fi, HDTV, and voice services, primarily to Florida's condominium communities. QXC's AON architecture is the industry's best practice and a game changer for our customers. We run 2 dedicated fibers to each unit. No splitters, no cables. So, every resident gets uninterrupted blazing fast speed and military-grade data security. Our Wi-Fi 6 network deployment powers performance on multiple devices with no dead zones. And the QXC TV app makes everyday programming access a breeze with 3-day rewind and optional cloud DVR. QXC AON Fiber is where the industry is heading. Get connected today.
Is your condominium or HOA in need of accounting services? Look no further. Gerstle, Rosen & Goldenberg is one of South Florida's largest accounting and auditing firms, as recognized by the South Florida Business Journal, and is one of the few accounting firms uniquely specialized to provide accounting services to their growing condominium and homeowner association clientele throughout Florida. With primary offices in Aventura and Boca Raton, satellite offices in Naples and Orlando, and a professional staff of 65, Gerstle, Rosen & Goldenberg is prepared to meet the needs of any condominium or HOA in the state. The professionals at Gerstle, Rosen & Goldenberg also have experience working with timeshares, cooperatives, hotel condominiums, mixed-use buildings, and ancillary operations like restaurants, spas, and country clubs. Put their 25 years experience in your corner. Gerstle, Rosen & Goldenberg, 305-937-0116. That's 305-937-0116 or grgcpa.com.
Someday, you will need insurance. And for that day, you'll be glad you wrote down Insurco Insurance and Financial Services. Why? Because Insurco virtually insures everything. They're a full-line insurance agency that'll put together the best possible coverage and premium for almost anything. Need homeowners or condo insurance? Call Insurco. Need auto or motorcycle insurance? Call Insurco. How about golf cart insurance or trailer and RV insurance? Just call Insurco for a free quote. They're open every day. From renter's insurance, officers and directors insurance, and personal liability umbrellas to all types of business insurance, boat insurance, cancer policies, life, health, and annuities. All you need is Insurco. Get a free quote. They service Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach. Speak English and Spanish. Insurco Insurance and Financial Services. It's the only name you need. Office at 14401 West Sunrise Boulevard in Sunrise, inside Edmore Chevrolet.
Call 954-846-1206. 954-846-1206. That's 954-846-1206.
All over the world, people have plumbing problems. These problems can be expensive and destructive to fix. Have you ever wondered if there was a way to take care of your plumbing problems without destruction and an outrageous price tag? Welcome to Pipelining Technologies, Inc., where we specialize in fixing your problems without demolition and minimum cutting by means of pipelining. Pipelining is the ability to take a pipe damaged by root intrusion or long-term deterioration and make it new. By means of inserting an epoxy-saturated liner into the pipe and allowing it to harden or cure, leaving behind a brand new pipe.
That sounds great. How can I get pipelining in my home, commercial building, or condominium?
Simply fill out our online contact form and a pipelining representative will get in touch with you in a timely fashion. Or call us directly at 561-853-5463.
Welcome back to Condo Craze and HOAs here on 850 WFTL. This is our bottom of the hour break. We're a little late.
Yeah, we're late. Yep.
Oh, and the phones are stacked, but I just wanted to say, someone said, are board members on duty 24/7?
Yeah, technically they are.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
If, in other words, if there's a big water main leak or something in the building,
Really?
sure you
And
have
they're
a
not paid
responsibility.
for it.
And they're not paid for it.
Oh, my gosh.
Right.
And
By the way, there's talk of changing the statute. You ready? So that board members can get paid.
Thank God. I think that's
You
good.
think it's a good idea?
I do, but remember the first question we had on the show, the
Yep.
woman says that they have someone outside the board and they're paying that person. How's
Look,
that possible?
If it's possible, if it's in the
docs.
docs. If
Okay.
it's in the docs.
Okay,
That's the bottom
okay.
line. Your docs control.
Also, Eric, refresh our memories on what social committee in a condo can do monetarily if there is no budget for holiday parties, and can we even have a budget line for a social committee in a condo to be able to have a party?
So if it's not in your budget, I think the answer, by the way, is yes. If the board wants to include like an entertainment line item in the budget, sure they can. I think that's perfectly fine. I think it's something, quite frankly, that I think is good for the community. Okay. For example, even if you have board of directors meetings, you want to encourage people to come, put a line item in there, food at the board of directors meeting, right? I think it would be perfectly fine, perfectly legal.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's say it's not a line item in the budget, right? So independently from the budget, a social committee is created, right? And the social committee really has nothing to do with the board of directors, right? And they create their own events and they have people contribute. And sometimes boards don't like that. Sometimes boards say, wait a minute, social committee, we want to know how much money you have in the bank. We want to know how you're spending your money. And that type of a social committee can tell that board, we don't have to tell you any of that.
Really?
We're totally independent from you.
Because
and
I
there's a
wonder,
case that says it.
we have this outrageous Taj Mahal of a clubhouse
Right.
where we live, and they have over-the-top entertainment and
Right, sure.
movies, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like
Now,
unbelievable.
a lot of times
Who's paying for that?
That's the unit owners, but a lot of times what happens is tickets are sold to those events.
Yes.
And that's how it works, you know. But I think entertainment is a pretty important thing
Yes.
for a community. I think it's fine. But again, if it's not in the budget, and you want to create a totally independent group, a totally independent committee, then you don't have to tell the board anything. Okay, it's your committee, it's your association. Back off board. Okay. All right. Who else we got?
Barry in Miami.
Hey, Barry.
Yeah, hi Eric. Hi Karen.
How are you?
Hey, Barry.
Good, good. How do unit owners approve of an amendment to their declaration to say that they're not required to have liability insurance on the common areas? I can see a provision that says the association will use its best efforts, but if they say they're not required to have it, doesn't that fly in the face of the statute?
Well, the statute says best efforts, and I got a group.
Right.
I got a group of people in, let's say, a 55 and over community that their sole income is Social Security, right? They are in real dire straits now because of these new laws. They cannot afford it. So we look at the statute, and the statute says use your best efforts. They're using their best efforts. They simply can't afford it. So I say you're using your best efforts. Now we look at the declaration. The declaration says they have to have it. But they're all willing to take the risk of not having it. Every member. I can't see anything that's illegal about it. I can't.
Well, are you drafting it to say that it's not required?
Yes, correct. That's exactly.
I disagree with that. I really disagree with that. I think a better option is to draft it to parallel a statute, to say you have to use your best efforts. And if they make an argument that they can't afford it, that's another thing. But to say that it's not required, I think just flies straight in the face of the statute.
Well, the statute doesn't require it. The statute says best efforts, but
but the statute says you have to use your best efforts.
Right.
And that's what I would put in the declaration.
Yeah, well, I hear you, Barry. I get it. But does it all matter? You know, in the end, is it 6 of one, half a dozen of the other? I don't know. But in this particular instance, you know, they want to remove that requirement. So we did it that way. And but the point of the story is not so much the technicality, quite frankly. The point of the story is that these questions are being asked.
Right. Can
These
we do
people
without
are saying,
this?
Wait a minute. Can we really do without insurance?
Yeah, can we do without that?
And these are questions that are being asked in the condo world for the first time ever. These are unique questions that are coming up for the first time. Communities going without insurance. Think about it. You know, and that's the point of today's show, that we're facing things that we've never faced before in the history of Florida. Buildings without insurance. Think about that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, if there's no mortgages, knock yourself out.
We're going down a scary road, and I hear you, Barry, but you know, the real intent of today's show is to say to everybody, wow, look where we are.
Right.
You know, no insurance. It sounds crazy. We are running late for our final break.
We are very
real
late.
So let's take our final break of the hour. 877-850-8585.
Condo looking old, worn out, and in need of a fresh look? Then you need PD Painting to paint your property and make it look like new again. PD Painting will first properly prepare your home and condo and then use only the highest quality paint products. After many years in the painting industry, PD Painting has achieved a reputation for always delivering a reliable and professional finish. PD Painting is fully licensed and insured and offers a 7 to 10-year warranty. Their technicians are expert craftsmen. Let PD Painting handle all the details and then sit back and watch them restore your property and bring back that brand new look and feel. Need a service call? PD Painting will be there on the spot. Need financing? PD Painting can offer that too. Call PD Painting at 888-416-3204. Again, that's 888-416-3204. Go to the website pdpaintinginc.com. Need painting done in your home and community? Contact the experts at PD Painting.
This message is for anyone who has taken on the important responsibility of becoming an officer or director in a homeowner or condominium association. It is also for the management companies who work closely with these caring people to make sure things are done the right way. Hello, I'm Gil Pomar, South Florida Regional President for Center State Bank, now the second largest bank based in Florida. Our bank, Center State Bank, has an amazing team of professionals who are exclusively dedicated to the homeowner and condo association market. Your job is not easy. There are repairs and new projects that need financing. There are legal and social issues that need to be understood. There are also technology and servicing issues that your residents want to be improved. Why not choose a bank that knows this business backward and forward? Why not have a local banker who will meet with you face to face whenever it is convenient for you or your board? Center State Bank has over 2,000 associations as customers for a reason. Please give us a chance to earn your business. Call Terry Russo at 954-633-1666 to make it happen. Center State Bank is an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC.
Need an insurance evaluation, audit, or quotation for your condo association or homeowners association? If so, then you need to speak with our insurance experts at Mack Waltz. We insure over 800 associations, and we are the clear leader in this marketplace. Mack Waltz has been in business since 1989. We write insurance on billions of dollars of property values. We are an independent insurance agency representing insurance companies which specialize in condo and HOA insurance. The staff at Mack Waltz works closely with board members and property managers and regularly attends association meetings to help educate the association about their insurance policies. To learn more about how Mack Waltz can save you money and improve your insurance program, call now 954-640-6225 and ask for Greg Waltz. 954-640-6225. Mack Waltz Insurance Group. Let us protect your association. Condo Craze and HOAs here on Ep80 WFTL and on our YouTube channel, Condo Craze and HOAs. It's up and running. Yay.
Yeah, a lot going on. We got to work fast. Susan writes in, why can't we pay installments out of pocket without the interest of a loan? What if we don't trust our board to have all that money? Okay, Susan, here's how it works when you get insurance. Okay, let's say the bill is $200,000. Susan, that $200,000 has to get paid to the insurance company immediately up front. So what the insurance company does is they say, okay, you sign here. We're going to get the money from a bank, okay? And you're going to pay the bank back in installments. The insurance company gets all the money up front. You want to pay your insurance company in installments, but that's not how it works. The insurance company is going to get it all in once from a bank, and then you're agreeing to pay the bank back in installments.
And the bank is going to charge
you. And the bank
you.
doesn't give away money for free, from what I understand.
I don't think so.
Right, so they're going to charge you interest on that. Jonathan writes in and says, I'm a board member and my management company has used unlicensed contractors on 3 separate occasions.
Ooh.
Okay, bad thing to do for the management company. If you know that, and especially as a board member, quite frankly, if you know that unlicensed contractors are being used, go out there and put a stop to it, number one. And if you're not the type of guy or woman who wants to confront them, go to your local building official. Your local building official will come out immediately, and they'll put a stop to the job. So, yeah, and as a matter of fact, do you have an obligation as a board member?
It's illegal.
Yes. Do you know if you know as a board member you have unlicensed contractors working on the job? I think you have an obligation as a board member. Remember, you have a fiduciary duty to the unit owners. You have an obligation to go out there and make sure the job is stopped.
It's illegal, is it not?
Of course it's illegal. Yeah, absolutely. Who else we got, VJ?
Debbie in Tampa.
Hey, Debbie. How are you?
Tampa.
Hi, and I was just going to say the same thing. We're having the same problem in an HOA with townhomes. Our board is hands-on with the property manager who doesn't hire per their contract,
right,
with the proper licensing and workers' comp, and even working on a private owner's property, which could get them sued if something happens.
Yeah.
Right.
The board doesn't properly hold board meetings to approve these vendors. We don't know what's going on. And when doing a document inspection, recently it's taken me 2 months with delays, no responses, 2 certified inspection requests to finally get an inspection. And I don't even know if that's going to happen. I really think we need an agency or someone to go to. And I heard you right earlier that HOAs may be getting an agency, and if we can help them, if there's a link where we can, provide information to the attorneys or politicians that are working on this, please post it.
Absolutely.
That's what happens when there's no policing.
Yeah, correct.
You have to have policing.
And they know it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They know it. And so do their attorneys.
Yes.
So here's the thing. When the buildings collapsed in Surfside, there's something that we found out. And I'm just quoting Senator Pizzo, who's down here and actually in my home district, who said that he was the only member, think about this, the only member in the Florida legislature to live in a condo.
Oh, there you go.
The rest live in an HOA. And guess what? They don't want.
No.
They know about the DBPR,
policing,
right? And they don't want to be policed by the DBPR.
But it only costs you $3 a year.
Well, $4.
$4.
Right?
Excuse me.
So.
Yeah, but one of those dollars goes into the general fund.
Exactly. At least. So we know what's going on. The legislators simply know what the DBPR is, quite frankly, and I don't mean to put them down, and they don't want to be, surveyed or policed or whatever you want to call it by them. It's pretty clear. Okay, and again, we found that out, unfortunately, as a result of the collapse. But is it possible that there's going to be, and again, what's also brought this to the forefront this year is the hammocks case.
That's right.
I mean, the hammocks case, there was nobody to complain to if you lived in that community.
And they knew it.
And they knew it, other than going to the police.
And after their wonderful attorney left,
it
was Katie bar the door.
It was a wild scene.
Because you would have policed it.
Yes, and
so maybe that's the answer.
But a lot of times, the attorney really doesn't know what's going on. But sometimes the attorney does know.
Don't ever say that.
Yeah, but
don't ever say that the attorney doesn't know what's going on.
Well, right, but it's true. I don't know what checks they're writing from their checkbook. That's not my job, but I can tell you there's certainly a thought process that might happen this year. Okay, and I'll tell you who to talk to. I can tell you Senator Pizzo might be someone to start with. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for the call. Who else we got, VJ?
We have Bill in Miami.
Beal,
how are you, Beal?
This is Bill. Hi, Eric.
Oh, Bill.
Thanks for taking my call. Yeah, this is Bill.
Okay, if you're real Southerner, maybe it is Beal.
It's Beal. Hi, Beal.
How are you, Bill?
Pretty good. This relates to a homesteaded property. I homesteaded the property 20 years ago.
Okay.
And there's no HOA in the community. There's no condos.
Right.
And what they've established is everyone has to have a updated driveway.
Well, stop. Let me stop you right there. Hold on. You said you don't live in an HOA, but they have established. Who is they?
A planning and zoning board.
Okay, so that's you're talking about a local matter with you and your municipality, you and your city. Okay, got it.
Right.
So you have to have an updated driveway. Okay. And
the design standards for off-street parking.
Okay.
They'd like to have most of the homes, of which there are about 900 properties, has this new driveway established.
Okay.
Or they're going to fine you up to $300 a day fine for not completing the project.
And how long did they give you to do it?
Well, it's been going about a year.
Okay.
Most people are doing it, but I'm seeing about 30 properties still don't have the driveway that they want.
Okay.
The choices of one of the 5 driveways.
Right.
And some don't have driveways at all.
Right. Okay.
So
what's
I'm
the question?
Not doing anything.
So what's your question?
How can you not have a driveway?
What's your question, Bill?
Yeah. I have a driveway, but it's the original driveway from the mid '50s.
Okay.
From the 1958 or so.
And the question is, Bill.
What if I don't do it?
You told me
I don't have the money to.
You told me what the answer is.
$300 a day.
Yeah, they're gonna fine you.
Fine you.
Yeah, and yes, if you can't afford it, local communities can certainly have design standards for their home. And
so this isn't an HOA. This is
this
a planning.
Is living on the street. So sometimes
the city can fine you.
Local zoning new local zoning laws. If you
what if he creates an HOA out of the 900 homes?
They can do that.
You might create an HOA.
But regardless, they're going to make them do the driveway.
Yeah.
So yes, it's possible that this can happen, and it happens all the time. And I'll tell you, it happens in reverse. Let's say you don't cut your lawn. You can't afford a landscaper to cut your lawn, so your lawn goes completely out of control. It looks like a jungle. You don't think that the local code enforcement officer can come around, require you to cut your grass? And if you don't do it by a certain date, you're going to start getting fined $100 a day. Happens all the time.
Bill, you're going to have to get some waivers.
They have many properties that don't have the driveway that
okay.
goes to
so
the
what's going to happen?
It's not completed to the road through the swale.
Eventually, what's going to happen with those homes is they're going to have to appear in front of a judge, right? A judge who's going to hear their case and hit them with a fine of $100 a day starting on a certain date. But
wait a minute, what if they don't pay the fine?
It becomes a lien on the home.
Okay.
Yeah. So you better be careful about that, Bill. Take it very, very seriously. That's all I can tell you.
But he's making his best effort, Eric.
Right. You're asking me for a way out, and there is no way out on this one. Okay? Who else we got, VJ?
Donata in Miami.
Donata, how are you?
Hi, Eric. How are you?
All right.
Hi, Karen. How are you?
How can we help?
Okay, Eric, in this association here, they skip elections. We didn't have elections for 4 years. They skipped budgets. We didn't have budgets for 2 years. Now they held elections, but no budget. What should I do?
It's like a leap year. Every 4 years you have an election, right? Same thing. So what can you do now? You're in a condo, right? can tell you that if you wrote to the, and I know you're not going to like this, but if you wrote to the DBPR and said no elections in 4 years, 100% they would get involved in that, and they would, but the problem is, what would they do? Require your association to have an election and fine the condo, and Donata would have to pay part of the fine.
Well, are they not having an election because there's no one running, and so the board rolls over?
Right.
Or?
What are you doing? Why are there no elections? They don't bother to send out the materials?
Well, I was sick. I was sick. They held elections. Now they held elections again, but no budget.
But no budget.
I am interested in the budget.
Right.
I'm interested in the budget.
And what you're going to pay. I get it. Yet writing to the DBPR, that's something they should get involved in. And I got to tell you, if I watched that Senate hearing last week, and they can't believe how many times the DBPR just closed out cases for no reason at all. And they are really, really angry, the senators, that in a case like Donata, they would ignore it. And I got to tell you, those types of cases going forward are not going to be ignored anymore. The DBPR is gone.
Got about 30 seconds.
What's going to happen? They're going to be given teeth in the upcoming year.
Yes.
That I could promise.
They're
But
gonna
hey,
get some
the show is over. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in to Condo Craze and HOAs, everybody. It's my honor to be with you each and every week. You need help off the air, 954-983-1112. We'll speak to you and see you again next Sunday at 11. Have a great, safe